How y'all doing? This is Tarref Simon, Whistleblower Tarref Simon. Micro-ED water is contaminated, right? And I want to testify in front of Congress and the Senate to expose the corruption and the ill treatment of our veterans, and also me. Since I became a whistleblower, or even before I became a whistleblower, I was being blackballed and my name was being smeared, right? So, check this out. I can send people to prison once I testify in front of the VA. In front of Congress and Senate, right? And veterans can get their tens of millions of dollars in settlements, if not hundreds of millions, if billions of dollars that might get paid for them having contaminated water. And some political parties are getting in trouble for covering it up, right? Now, 2014, the end of 2013, 2014, when I was going through what I was going through with the VA, I got basically blackballed. I did not know they saw potential in me, and that's why they blackballed me, that they knew that I knew about the contaminated water. And at that time, in 2014, going into 2015, I knew I didn't have enough evidence. But over time of writing the EPA, the Office of Special Counsel, things of that nature, I started gathering up little bits and pieces of evidence, right? Then the blackballing and the smearing my name became worse, and crazy stuff started happening to me more and more. Mess with my mind, like gaslighting. Certain family members stopped messing with me. Friends stopped messing with me. Then the gaslighting started coming from family members and friends that I was still engaged with. Then over time, I got used to it, right? I was saying to myself, wow, this is amazing. How did this happen, right? Oh, I forgot to say something. Today is April the 27th, 2023. I have to give the date out there. It's raining out here. Today is Thursday, by the way. Something something happened to me in 2014 when I left the VA. I was being harassed so much, I was losing my mind, and my family members told me, you need to just go to the VA and institutionalize yourself, basically go into the mental institution and tell them my problems. That was in Mikey DeBakey. That was the worst thing I ever done. Something happened to me while I was in there. The gaslighting was worse in that mental institution. I mean, it was terrible. One morning I woke up, I was in that mental institution for like 5 to 6, 7 days. And I maybe it was 4 days. But I woke up and I felt something back in my head, like somebody hit me with something, like a pin, like I felt the pain in the back of my head, back here. And man, I said, what the hell did they do to me? Did they put a chemical in my head without my permission or something while I was asleep? Or was it part of the whole thing to basically continue the gaslighting, to make me think of something was going on, but really it wasn't? Or it could have been a chip to put in my head, or a chemical, or just to mess with me. See, you never know these things till you have evidence, right? That's why I need to testify in front of Congress and Senate. Get an MRI done, get some other things done, check my body, my spinal tap, see if any poisons being introduced in it, see if any poisonings being used on me or anything like that, which I think it is. Now, I know what I'm saying. It sounds crazy, whatever. But I realized something, how many people I noticed started like turning against me, and people I never met before hated my guts. How many people was being turned against me in the city of Houston so quickly. And I was telling people, I think they done something to me. I think they done something to my head. It's like the people didn't really, we didn't like they didn't want to hear it, right? Like I think, over time, it seems like when I'm talking to people, I tell them something, I say, man, I think I'm being hit with something, or they done something to my head. They put a chemical and directly inject the chemical in some type of secret experiment chemical, or illegal, or maybe legal experiment, but something that I ain't signed up for. I hope it ain't legal. Into my head. Knowing that, what I just told you, I'm a whistleblower and stuff. How can you, the way you destroy a whistleblower is destroying that whistleblower credibility, right? Making that whistleblower seem like he's a pervert, creep, terrorist type of evil person. Destroying that person's mind, getting that person to go crazy, right? So they get him locked up in prison for the rest of his or her life, or a mental institution. Keep that person destitute or whatever. I think a form of COINTELPRO is being used against me. And I just had a thought this morning. It was eating me up last night, and when I woke up, I'm going to tell you something. Creator is a good God. The Creator is the all-knowing. And the Creator put something on my mind last night, and it was eating me up. And this morning when I woke up, I asked the right questions, and I came up with the right answers. I think I was being targeted before I got blackballed. I'm gonna give you a reason. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a follower of Lyndon LaRouche. Lyndon LaRouche ran for president for over 40-something years. From what I understand, the U.S. government, those in the left and right, Democrats and GOP, do not like him because he's talking about actually helping out people with Medicare for all, building up the urban areas, building up our forests, and doing the right thing and creating peace on the planet. They don't like him because he's against the military industrial complex and other type of complexes in this country, right? So I'm gonna follow that dude. He's very serious. They don't like him. And throughout the years, by me talking to different people that was activists in the 60s, that was Black Panthers, things like that, they used to tell me, say, you gotta be careful. You go to these activist meetings talking about union stuff or talking about helping out black people, what's gonna happen, you're gonna start getting watched. So I started going to Lyndon LaRouche meetings, 98, 99 in New Orleans. And I found out he was gonna have something in 2000 from one of the people I was talking to, was part of the Lyndon LaRouche meetings in New Orleans at the time. And I went there in January of I think it was January or February of 2000. I was 20. How old? I was I was 23. I was a young man. I went there on the way going to the lecture, the meeting. I came across this dude. He was a cool dude. He was out of Lafayette. He had a couple of goals in his mouth. And he was bragging to me about his girlfriend, his fiance being in the CIA. And I'm saying, okay, whatever, And and he said the CIA like to look out for their employees and relatives, like the spouses. If the spouses don't have no job, then they get their spouse a job, right? So through her, right, that he can get a job. He was going to work in Baltimore area, Virginia, as a car seller. Car salesman, some shit like that. Got off the plane, me and him, because we was kicking it. Talked to I saw his old lady, his woman. She was a nice looking woman. I said, damn. And she was just looking at me. How you doing? I said, how you doing, man? I said, well, I guess she in the CIA. She's beautiful. So I went to the LaRouche thing, you know. Saw some stuff in there that they were saying some deep stuff in there about the black community, how we, you know, we can build together with the Hispanic community, white community, and all that, and build this nation up. They had some weird stuff going on. Some people just shouting, just standing up, trying to interrupt people's speeches in there and creating discourse in there. At the time, I thought because they was my age that, hey, that was their opinion. Over time, I realized that they probably sent in there to cause confusion. So fast forward to 2007, 2008, I joined the VA medical center. Excuse me, not joining, but I enrolled into the medical program to be treated as a patient. 2007, late 2007, 2008. Started taking medicine in 2008. They give me all type of drugs, right? Whole 2008 was terrible. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was feeling worse off, anxiety, everything. The medicine it was giving me was actually messing me up. Even my little bird can't get on the heart no more. You know. So I got off the medicine, right? Got a little bit better. 2010 came around. I was, 2009, 2010, in the streets, messing with women and stuff like that. Me and my friends going out, we having fun. I'm doing my thing with the women and stuff. I'm working, whatever. I became ill, sick, right? I went to the doctor. I think it was the VA first. No, it wasn't a VA. It was somewhere. I think it was somewhere else first. And I told the doctor about what's going on with me. Right. The doctor treated me with some stuff. It didn't work. I went back to the same doctor. The doctor came from out the back. This is my second time in the doctor's office, right? And said, look, we have your test results back. You don't have no AIDS. You don't have no herpes. You have no syphilis. You don't have none of this and none of that. Talking to me crazy. Basically gaslighting. In so many words, he was basically saying it was all in my mind. He did not refer me to another doctor to check to get my prostate checked or anything like that to see if I have a cancer. So I left out of there. A month, 2 went by, but I was saying something's wrong with me. So I went back to another doctor. I think it was at the VA. I might be getting these doctors, the dates with these doctors confused. Who came first, whatever. But he was at the VA. He did his best with me. Right? He did his best. I know, I saw in his eyes, he did his best. He said, I don't know what's going on, but something is going on with you, but I don't know what it is. I said, is it cancer or something? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Then I saw another doctor outside the VA. He gaslighted me. No, let me back up. I saw a female doctor at the VA. She passive-aggressive gaslighted me. I saw her twice. Blood work, different types of work. I don't know if they checked me for cancer. Okay. Second time, third time I saw this woman, she passive-aggressively liked me. Passive-aggressively gaslighted me. 2. Basically, it's all in my head. I'm having trouble with my body. I'm having trouble with my prostate. Something's going on with me. Do I have a type of form of cancer? And why y'all not ordering up some type of cancer treatment? Doing some type of look-see if I have something. Now, one of the doctors did look inside my prostate. But did he take a sample and send it off? I don't know. So I saw another doctor. I'm going to help you out, man. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. 2, 3 times, right? I think on the third time I saw him. He gaslighted me. Blood work, come back now. You don't have no AIDS. You don't have no herpes. You don't have no HIV. You don't have no nothing. No nothing. I don't know. I don't know what you got. Blah 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 blah. Just straight up mad, like I robbed, like I stole something from him. I'm like talking. He's not looking in my eyes. He's looking away like he's mad. I'm looking at him like, what the hell's going on? Gaslight him. Black dude, he's a white dude. If I say something, I would have been arrested. You're like, man, I'm like, God, I'm like, y'all my doctors. Talking to me in a gas, and at the time I didn't know what the term gaslighting was. I thought they was just being assholes, and I said, well, let me see what they're saying, and I just deal with it, and I just get me another doctor, because I'm determined to figure out what's going on with my prostate. I walked out the room. The other doctor in the same, they had another doctor in the same hospital saw me, and I talked to him. I said, man, something going on with me. I think I might have a cancer or something like that. He said, I'm gonna treat you. And he did his best too. So 3 out of 5 gaslighted me as if they was on some type of doctor's code of sharing information with each other. And this was years apart. This stretched from 2010 to end of 2009, beginning of 2010 to 2013, maybe 2000. No, last time it was 2014, 2013, 2014. I'm sitting up there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then it's like my life it was being turned upside down. It was getting worse and worse. They was blaming the females I was with of having out of balance pHs, candida, yeast infections. I said, how is that possible? Not every girl I'm being with have that, and I'm using, every once in a while I'm using condoms. I think I was being intentionally gaslighted. I think, in my opinion, I think I was put into some type of program without me knowing that I was being put in some type of program to test some new type of drug or some new type or whatever. Or maybe just to basically destroy my life and get people to turn against me. Basically, I think I was being destroyed to basically build consensus up against me, right? So when I start working at the VA and I got blackballed, then I went to the mental institution and they did what they did, and I came out of that, and people just start treat me like crap, and they didn't really care I'm telling people this what the VA done, this blah blah blah. They didn't care. It's as if those years from 2010 to 2013, before 2014, before I got blackballed, was a build up to 2014 to build up consensus among people. Once I think my name started being smeared in late 2004, 2013, 2014, to build up consensus against me, not to take my side of the story, to basically, look at me in a way like, you know what, dude, you deserve it, because you evil dude. We heard things about you. You done this, you done that. And I think that's what happened to me. How can I prove it? I mean, look at the number of doctors I saw. From 2010 to 2013. for, you know, trying to see if I get, you know, if I had, you know, if I have cancer. My grandfather used to tell me something years ago when he was living. The meeting when he worked at Avondale Shipyard, that they used to have a meeting before the meeting, right? The supervisors used to have a meeting before the meeting. Well, the supervisors get their stuff together first before they talk to the workers that's working underneath them. What if, I'm gonna throw this out there, what if I was a targeted individual already before I got blackballed in 2014? I became targeted in 98, 99, 2000. The story I told you about with that dude from Lafayette, his girlfriend working for the CIA, blah, blah, blah. Then I went to the LaRouche thing. And those people was talking about some heavy stuff, talking about how to work and how we can work together and end diseases and stuff like that and all that. End poverty. All the craziness was going on. People trying to destroy what they had in Virginia. What if in 2000, from 98 to 2000, I became a targeted person without me knowing? And around 2007, 2008, they start watching me again. 2010, it's a stretch. I probably was hit with something that was going to lead to me having anxiety and depression and lead to people not trusting me. It's as if they've done it, as if the so-called intelligence community, or whoever they are, the intelligence community, corrupt bureaucrats, have like a program to look for people in society to basically destroy their lives before they become the union leader, before they run for office, or before they try to do real good things, right? It's almost like in the Bible, like the king sent out all these people to kill these babies. That was terrible. That was evil. And to look for Jesus, right? Back in the Bible, in the Bible, they slaughtered all those children born on a certain date to basically, in hopes to get to baby Jesus. That was a massacre. That was evil. What if the U.S. government and governments throughout the world have programs where they monitor us since we young, and those who stands up the highest is the ones they really look at. No matter how smart you is, no matter how much money you got, it doesn't matter. It's about you having a heart that they don't like. It's the will to come up with solutions is what they don't like. They like to keep us, I feel to believe they like to keep us in confusion. Now I'm getting off the point, but the thing is this, I think it was a slow thing, a slow moving psyop against me to lead me into another psyop, to build up a consensus against me, to get people already turned against me to accept the other side. Like one side is something similar to like a Tuskegee side, and the next side is something like a transhumanist chipping, using some other type of poisons against a person to mess with the person's mind type of side, using gaslighting, stalking, and destroying a person stuff. Now I know I sound like Agnes Jones right now, but look, this is my life. Y'all came here, and I want y'all to hear me out. If you don't believe me, you don't have to believe me. But the shit that I experienced for the past, years, is the most weirdest shit you can ever experience. So people take my video, just hear me out. I think I was set up before being set up. And I think they have a group of people that knew about the experiments that was going on at Mikey DePinky, and they probably thought in their mind that, hey, whoever wound up in that position in his experiments probably deserve it, not knowing that people was probably already picked and harassed and things done to them to get them in a position where they can lose their mind, then get placed in that experiment. Like building up a consensus, you know? Basically building up a consensus to actually get up support to destroy that person's life. Hey man, why would, just something like this, a dude is being, poisoned already, right? Being messed with already. And most people don't know. And he go out and he get into it with a whole bunch of people. Then a whole bunch of people start talking about it. Now you got a consensus, right? Then the real side takes over. You have the small side, then you got the real side where everybody's now is going to be used against that person. And these people is being manipulated in such a way that they think that it's them doing it, but it's some other groups doing it. They got them to co-sign on something that's evil. Just say chipping a person, putting a chip in the back of a person's head. I'm not saying I'm Chip. Or I'm putting a needle back in the person's head, injecting some type of chemical in it to change that person's brain function or something like that. Making new connections that never used to be there before. Or getting a person, or dumbing down a person, or whatever. Or trying to turn the good people into a psychotic person. Just imagine that, right? We're being played. Black people, white people, all us in the United States, we're being played by a evil system in the U.S. intelligence community. I don't think it's all of them, but it's a system of gathering up a consensus, right? First, with what the people at hand, the whole masses of people don't know what's going on. Then once that person fall for the trap, do something, say something, then they put that person on the other side. One side before the side is a small side that leads to the bigger side. Right? That's what I think is going on with me. This my channel is Reefy00, by the way, YouTube channel. I'm on Odyssey, YouTube. I'm on Twitter too. Reefy00, REFEE00. PayPal me, Tarref Simon, TARREF Simon at PayPal if you want to PayPal me. We're being played. I was a targeted individual before knowing I was a targeted individual. I want to use targeted individual. I was a targeted person before I even knew I was a targeted person. God damn. I just thought about that. I said, wait a minute. Hold up. I remember an old boy told me about his wife. But I remember people acting a fool at they had people at LaRouche talking, we having some good topics, and then you have people will just get up and leave and cause trouble, like trying to destroy the conversations. Then because I got older and I'm going through what I'm going through now I'm seeing that it was intended to try to destroy that organization. What, like I said in the beginning of this video, you have, rabble rousers that join these activist groups to destroy them. And let me tell you something. Some of those activist groups in New Orleans and Houston, I feel to believe is on the payroll of the U.S. government. Straight up feds, man. Straight up feds. Feds. Glow boys. How the black organizations in Houston and New Orleans turned against me. I'm not saying any names or anything, but I feel to believe it was them that got the bulk of my own people to turn against me, then maybe some other organizations got white people and Hispanic people turn against me. This is what I feel to believe. I can't really prove it until I go to Congress and Senate. We'll hold commercials about, you know, what happened to me. I mean, not commercials, hearings about what happened to me. Then we run commercials in Houston, New Orleans about witnesses if they know anything about me. And that's when the truth will come out. Right? Because people ain't gonna admit, hey, they saw like a video of you or somebody talking about you on video, right? Saying that you're an evil person, you deserve you deserve all this stuff, right? They ain't gonna say it. They'll keep to themselves. But once the U.S. government goes after those corrupt, intelligent people, and people in intelligence, right, and they start ratting on each other, then what I'm going through and other people, whistleblowers such as myself and activists and lawyers going through, it could change. But for the time being, ain't nothing happening. It ain't changing. Man, this is terrible. But I'm in it to win it. And I want to testify in front of Congress because I want to see a lot of MFers go to prison for the rest of their goddamn lives. And I want veterans to get their money. Sue the hell out of Mikey the Biggie for contaminated water and also probably running running illegal experiments or something on people. You know? I think I was in one experiment that led to another experiment. That first experiment was designed to build up consensus to roll me into another experiment. Does that make sense? For some crude people to do, you know? It start off as a small group of people, you know, experiment on you, putting you back out there, and before you know it, people start hating you. Then they work on that, you know, build that up. It multiplies and more people start hating you. Then it becomes what they want it to be, to basically destroy your name, get you to go crazy, get you to jump off a bridge or something like that, get you just to lose your mind. Not me, I'm not losing my goddamn mind. I ain't going back to no mental institution fucking again. It ain't gonna fucking happen. Because I'm gonna be in peace. Now, if I do go to a mental institution, it's against my will, and I'm not fighting. So I gotta be careful what I'm saying. You know, I mean, it's gonna be against my will if I go. I gotta be careful. I just call myself. Shit, I want the police showing up shooting me and getting rid of me. Man, I'm dealing with some evil people, boy. I want to take them down with the law in front of Georgia, in front of Congress and Senate. I think it's going to happen, maybe. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Please donate Tarref Simon. Damn. Tarref Simon had PayPal, man. That's messed up. I was a targeted person before being targeted. I just realized that this morning. Now it makes sense. All those years. Yeah. Thank y'all. God bless y'all.